Welcome everybody to your boy Qbaby's Let's Be Honest. I'm here with my special guest tonight.
My name is Shanice. I'm a cosmetologist. You can find me at Sassy and Devon on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, well, today's topic is going to be why is men and women not running to the altar? So in your honest opinion, what do you think?
I think in today's day, age, a lot of people are looking at marriages now, considering a lot of people are starting to get divorces more. It's more divorce than it is marriage. A lot of people claim they want the marriage that their grandparents, great-grandparents had. But they also look at it like this is a different age and time than this times. Back in those days, it was harder, but it was also easier. Nowadays, it's getting harder and much less easier.
I would have to agree. Like, do you think in your personal experience from witnessing people that do get married to people that are getting divorced, do you think that it has something to do that a lot of people want to get married a lot later than younger, or?
Yes. A lot of people that get, in my opinion and my experience, because I am young, I'm only 25.
Okay.
So from the people that I see that get married straight out of high school and stuff like that, it was really just their first love they wanted to spend their lives with. But a lot of them I see get divorced. They're not really compatible, because once you actually get out to the real world and married, you got to look at it like y'all gonna want kids. Are y'all gonna have a stable home? Can you make it a stable home? It really just depends on can you work as one, and most people can't work as one.
Okay. So why do you think that, majority of women are looking when they get in their 30s to want to settle down, or I say in between 26 to 30, they want to settle down and get married? And for the men that when they hit their 30s and 35, which is pretty much when a man hits his financial stride, want to pursue a girl that's a lot younger, that's more, with less trauma and things like that.
In my opinion, when it comes to the men wanting younger women, they're starting to, like you said, they're ending their stride. They're looking at it, okay, now I'm getting older. I don't know if I want to keep going on that older path, because then they start looking at it like I'm getting older. I might have to start having kids, got to get a job, work every day, all day to support a family. Some people don't want that. Some men don't want that. Some boys don't want that. I say men and boys because they are different. It's different. They don't want that. From my perspective, with a woman, once they in their early 20s and stuff and that, you got some women that were taught, do all you got to do first, get your career and all that before you settle down, have kids and all that. Then you got some that just out there like they want to have a hot girl summer and this and that. And then they try to get into a marriage when you really ain't really just committed to nothing yet. And once you try to get into marriage after having a hot girl summer, you don't have yourself together.
So do you think, by comparison, do you think women are more wife material in today's age for what they're asking for, which is a man to be traditional while they're not traditional?
I don't think so. Honestly, when it comes to a lot of women and girls that I've talked to in this day and age, they want a man to take care of them. Sometimes while they sit at home, be out with their friends and stuff like that. A lot of them want to do that 50-50 range, which, I mean, in all honesty, the 50-50 range do sound good. But if you think about it, if you want a traditional man, you got to go back to those traditional ways of a woman. The woman sat at home, took care of the kids, took care of the home. The man went outside. The woman didn't have no say-so in that house. It was the man, because he paid the bills. He went to work. A lot of women look at it like, I want him to do this. Basically, a lot of women want you to do 70-20, 70-30. And that's not, in my opinion, that's not right. I mean, honestly, if it worked for your relationship, that's on y'all. But if you see that it's not working, y'all starting to argue, complain, and already starting to ask for a divorce after 2 to 3 years, then y'all need to change.
That's true. I honestly agree, because even in now today, just like how you was talking about the female perspective, for me on the male perspective is that a lot of men have pretty much given up on marriage and pursuing the wife type thing because of the fact that, number one, he'll lose half his stuff, on top of the woman get custody of kids 90% of the time. And also, it's I'm sorry to say it, but child support kicks in too, so it's like a double, like women, like a man has to double pay for his kids when that's just.
With that, I feel like it's a lot of not knowing your laws with that, because I had the same incident with a sibling of mine. Honestly, if you was the main breadwinner and the girlfriend, wife, or whatever one doing nothing, and you show receipts to a court, they will place that child with you before they place that child with the mother, because they're going to look at it like the mother needs to, and they'll at least place the child with you temporarily until the mother could get their stuff together. If the mother can't get their stuff together, you will have
she
the
got to be
children.
proven unfit.
Yes, you basically have to prove unfit. And a lot of people think it's hard to prove unfit. Honestly, when the court look at it, to prove you unfit, you just got to work. If you can't go out and work, and you can't go out and look decent, they will prove you unfit. And I only know this because I went to school for it.
Okay.
Went to school in law. So I have background on that. I understand the man perspective, because nowadays, like I said, women want men to do more and they do less. But also, a lot of men take it from their dads and people that ain't really been married, or they messed up in their own marriage, and will tell them their perspective. And then they get that perspective instead of trying it on their own. Now, I'm not saying go out and get married and just try it, and if it don't work, stay get a divorce, because divorce, it ain't cheap.
Facts.
Divorce not cheap.
Facts.
But also, you gotta understand that you can't sign a prenup if you're worried about your stuff being taken half and half. A prenup. I mean, it's kind of hard to bring up that conversation with your girlfriend. She gonna be looking like, "What you mean?" But in all honesty, y'all basically, communication is key. If you ain't got no communication, you ain't got no relationship.
But do you think a lot of women are gonna be okay with the fact that
No.
men talk about a prenup?
No, because they looking at it like, if I give him my man, and right now he working at McDonald's, he go up in the ranks, might go back to school, be an engineer or something. Now this man making six-figure money. If you done signed that prenup in the beginning, if he divorced you and gone to the next baby, you don't get nothing. They looking at it like, if I can have a child, I'm gonna get something. Now, if you do sign a prenup, you won't get most of his stuff. You'll still at least get child support or something, because you did have a child. But if you sign a prenup and you didn't have no children, baby, you just high and dry.
But
a lot of women don't like that.
Yeah, but in that same respect, when you was talking about the child support part of it, like, do you think that if you have a father that's actually doing for his kid, that he should have to pay double for his child?
No. And my example with that, from personal experience, is my uncle with my cousin. He told the baby mama he was paying for the boy to do everything he needed. When the baby asked for money, he gave it. My uncle did everything for my cousin. To this day, my cousin kind of still hold it over my uncle, but he really needs to have that, that conversation with his mom, because it was her fault. She went and put my uncle on child support. He was paying about a good $200 or $300. When she put him on child support, it dropped all the way down to $16, $20. Child support ain't always on your side, baby.
I don't get child support, ain't never.
My daddy was only paying me $20.
It's tough. Like, the thing is that a lot of people don't realize about when it comes to child support, you're giving a third party some money as well.
Yep. Because what my dad used to tell me was he used to get $200-$300 taken out his check. Each of his children used to get under $20. Most of that money was going to courts and all of that. It was never going to the kids.
Facts.
So you also got to understand that unless your man, baby daddy, something is making six figures, you're not going to see much. Unless you just got a good court.
And the thing about that is that even if they do get the child support, they want the men to still spend money on the child too. So it's
because most of the time, I'm not gonna lie, most women that I see that use their child support money, they say for bills, which I understand that, because you're just trying to keep a roof over the child head. But at the same time, you're trying to buy hair, trying to do your nails, trying to buy outfits, trying to go out. Even if you're the type of mom that don't go out, you're trying to buy stuff for the house that you really don't need. And you're using that child's money, when in all reality, you need to be using that for the baby's school. Anything they want to do. Books, clothes, school clothes, shoes. A lot of people don't look at it that way, because they're looking at it like, oh, the mother already do enough for the child, the daddy need to pay. But when in all reality, money don't mean nothing to a child. I wish I had the experience of seeing my dad. Like, I see so many of my friends have a strong bond with their dad. I'm just now building it up. Child support didn't mean nothing to me. My mom used to tell me I got my child support money. I'd be like, put that towards whatever you need. It didn't mean nothing to me. A lot of people want the child support money to support their habits. Some people don't. Some
Mhm.
people actually use it for the greater good,
Mhm.
but most don't.
I have to greatly agree with that because with me personally, like, shoot, I didn't really have a, you know what I'm saying, father figure myself, you know what I'm saying. I just took bits and pieces from uncles, friends, but I think the biggest influences for me was Dwayne Johnson, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
The Rock, which everybody knows, and LA Cool J. Those like my main two dudes that always helped me in like the development of me as a young man.
Mhm.
But it's just like it's just hard for a guy that do have a child with a woman, you know what I'm saying, or to take that leap with, you know what I'm saying, getting married and things like that, because the simple fact is that it's a huge risk for the man, and it's not really a risk. Like a woman mindset is that like that, oh, he's gonna leave me someday and all that. Like, but the thing is that a man don't really leave a woman.
No.
Like our mindset is like when we get married, we want to make it to that forever with you. But I'm not saying that's for all. Like I understand the small percentage of women that have real horrible relationships. You know what I'm saying? Where the guy's abusing, manipulating. You know what I'm saying? Just using the woman and doing and treating her bad. I can understand that. But for the dudes that are actually working 9 to 5, yeah, you know what I'm saying, handling business, it's not practical to get married in this day and age. Like.
No.
And then 9 times out of 10, I think the biggest thing is that majority of women have a lot of trauma that they had from all their previous relationships, and they bring it to their new ones.
Then they also got their mamas.
Mm.
That tell them one thing.
Mm-hmm.
My mama told me the right thing, but you still got parents out here.
Yeah.
It's the bitter mamas.
Oh yeah, the bitter mamas want to make you into
an
like,
independent woman.
Boy, man, it's like he's preaching to the choir right now.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's not bad to be an independent woman when you're on your own. If you're messed up and I wouldn't even say messed up, because I mean, if you're a hardcore Christian,
Yeah,
that's messed up because you ain't get married before you have kids. But
facts.
In this day and age, who get married to have kids? So if you trip up and have a kid, now you sitting here like, oh, I don't have the daddy with me, or I'm not married. Yeah. I understand the perspective of being an independent woman. You gotta get what you gotta get to do what you gotta do.
True.
But I feel like once an independent woman finds somebody that's actually gonna do for them, treat them right, it's hard because you have to look at it. I've been doing this all by myself. Now I got somebody that wanna take me out, help me with the kids, this and that. It's kind of hard in my mind to be like, maybe I should let my guard down. We've learned to keep our guard up until we see something fit. Sometimes when we see it fit, it be too late.
Yeah.
And most times it be too late. Sometimes you might catch them right at the time, but that's where it all comes back to communication.
True, and I think like just like how you kind of like said it, you was like it's hard for an independent woman to fall into her femininity because she had to be this mom and dad at the same time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Or in most girls' cases, they have to be the man and, you know what I'm saying, because they have to provide for themselves, you know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why when they find themselves in a relationship, they don't realize they're still having this masculine, you know what I'm saying, role still trying to like, oh, you know what I'm saying, we're going to do it my way, the highway, you know what I'm saying, kind of things. And the thing is that for a woman is that we already know that woman is more emotional than the man.
Yes.
But now you got men that are just emotional as women.
Yes, and so, I just be looking like,
yeah. So it's tough, but that's the reason why I'm really adamant on like, you know what I'm saying, talking to guys and trying to tell them to be better version of themselves with my podcast.
Yes, that is one thing I can give insight on. I don't know what y'all was taught. I understand y'all was taught that men don't cry, this and that. Women like to see y'all soft and shy sometimes, and I know it's so hard.
That's not good.
But just being, for instance, my experience. I've had someone that was soft. I had someone that was medium. And I had somebody that was just hardcore hard, didn't give a damn about nothing. I didn't like that. Because if I come to you with a sensitive topic, you just, oh, you be alright.
Okay, see, that's where a lot of women get confused at. Like, on that part right there, like you just said that you had a masculine dude, that's what you try to say he was hard. And you came to him with your problems. The thing is that that's a guy that just didn't care. That's not even a masculine dude. Because see, a masculine dude, his job is to like, if you have anything that is emotional that's going on with you that you need to address, he's willing to listen. You know what I'm saying? He's willing to like understand.
That's a hard thing to find. Most people don't want to listen.
It's only because a lot of men are not the rocks that they're meant to be, because usually a woman trying to be a rock like him. and two rocks can't come together. Only a rock and clay can come together. And two clays ain't gonna work, because if you have two females in the house, how did that work?
I can tell y'all from experience that is not a good choice. That is not a good choice.
And that's the reason why when you had said that you want guys to be more in tune with their feminine side, their emotional side, the thing is that it's dangerous for men. Because the difference is that for a woman, y'all are more in tune with controlling your emotions.
Yes.
For men, when we become emotional, we act on them.
Yes.
And I don't know, it's just like, I would hate to see someone get hurt. That's where you get the woman beaters and stuff like that.
And which I understand that, and that's why I say the one thing that I tell people that I've learned over the years is therapy is just not a white people thing. Black people need therapy. We damn sure need therapy for a lot of stuff. And going to therapy, even just going as a couple, just to talk about your little problems, that gives somebody, even though if you don't want nobody in your business, I mean, when you go to a therapist that's a licensed therapist, that is your personal conflict, all in one. They forget about you once you leave. So it ain't like they going to gossip nobody. That's confidential. They can lose their license. So, and they ain't trying to do that because they're making good money. So, a lot of people I know that don't want to go to therapy because they're like, well, that's telling somebody my business. But you be the first one to run the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
The thing that's really funny about you saying that is that I have a coworker, a friend of mine, and he literally posted, a dude did this, not a girl, a dude. He went on Facebook and posted his whole entire business about his girl that he broke up with. And when he did that, she put a video of him drunk, literally degrading her to like, literally to the look, like, I'm talking about like, I mean, tremendously. I mean, literally trying to like pretty much rip her head off with the words. And that's the same thing I said. And I was like, that's what you call it, an over-emotional man.
Very much.
A man that's the reason why I teach men to do one thing, and that's to be stoic. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're stoic, you're able to be calm, cool, and collective when it comes to the situation. If I see that you're angry and upset, my job is just simply to, you know what I'm saying, try to calm down the situation if I can. And if I can't calm, you know what I'm saying, the situation down, you know what I'm saying, I'll just leave.
Walk away.
You know what I'm saying?
Most people don't walk away. Nowadays and age, violence is the key to so many people.
Yeah,
I mean, I understand.
I've been knowing a lot of women beating up men. like they've been asking for them paws at that point.
They've been getting tired. I'm not gonna lie, some of them been getting tired. Some I can say when it comes to domestic violence, I've never been in a situation. This is my opinion, looking from the outside. If any of your comments want to tell me what they feel on what I say, I'm open-minded to it. I'm open-minded to criticism. That's what I'm gonna learn. When it comes to domestic violence situations, to me, I look at it at you got with somebody that was already damaged, male or female. You try to change them, they're not ready for that change. Like you said, overly emotional men act. Overly emotional women can act. Some of them stay silent, but sometimes them silent ones is deadly, leading to what they call on TV, women that kill, men that kill. So I look at it as when it gets to that point, yes, it's hard to leave their relationship because especially if you got kids you worry about, is they gonna kill my kids. They're gonna kill me. It's hard to leave that, so I leave that to the people that specialize in that. But I look at it like if you can catch it early to the first time they ever hit you, man or woman, if you are that strong-minded will that you know you got, leave. And if you're the ones that can't really get it in your mind of why they did that and you just like, well, that's the act of love, go to a therapist. And a therapist will tell you that is not love. I've seen many women in my family get beat. First thing they say is, well, my mama used to do that. My mama used to fight. My grandma, if she was still alive today, baby, she'd tell you she fought all her husbands except one. That's not good.
The thing
but that's what it used to be back in those days.
Yeah, I can understand. It's just like, I think a lot of women have this fight or flight mindset is because they think that the men of old is the men of now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that back in the day, we can say a minority of women was getting abused.
And most people didn't care about it.
Yeah.
That, like I was saying, that was the norm.
Yeah, that was the norm.
Which was a bad norm, but that was the norm.
Yeah. And
nowadays, women is getting sick of it because they looking at my mama went through that. I ain't gonna do that.
But the thing is
that
the same way. Is that now in this time period though, it's more of the woman attacking the man.
Yes. And I can say from my point of view on that, women ain't getting tired. They just think they gonna be men nowadays.
Facts.
And that is why one thing I know a lot of people might not agree on, but what I'm gonna teach my child, which is a boy, if a woman hits you the first time, walk away. Walk away, let some steam off. But if she continue to attacking you, that's called self-defense, and you beat her ass. I'm sorry to say, but you do it.
Yeah, because, like, I seen a video of this girl. She was talking trash to this dude, you know what I'm saying, bowing up, and then she just full back draw and whoosh. I'm talking about punched him so hard, broke his glasses.
Yes.
All this, like, I'm
and
like,
some of these women ain't just weak now. These some strong,
and that's what
strong women now.
man, facts. And I agree. And my thing is that if you are man enough to do that, you gotta accept the consequence behind that.
Exactly, and that is one thing people will always talk back in the days is you never put your hands on a woman, you never put your hands on a man.
Facts.
Times is changing.
Yeah.
At this point, it's called self-defense. Man or woman, if the other opposite person is putting their hands on you to the point where you gotta defend yourself, by all means, defend yourself.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't talking about kill nobody, beat them till they almost dead, but like,
just
defend them enough to get them off of you.
Yeah, get away.
A lot of women think, because they grew up, boys can't hit me. I grew up with that mindset that a boy couldn't hit me, but I never put my hands on a boy because I also grew up with brothers. And when they hit me, I hit back. So I learned that if somebody hit me, you gonna fight back. But a lot of women, like I said, grew up with the mindset of boys can't hit you, they don't supposed to hit girls.
Oh, yeah.
So that gives them the mindset of, oh, he done cheated, oh, he out here doing this, or oh, they done this and said something about my hair. Now I'm finna fight you and think you're not gonna get hit back. Baby, this day and age, a lot of people are starting to tell their sons, if they gonna put their hands on you like a man, you put your hands back on.
Yeah, I just find it kind of crazy because even some of the women that told me that they was in a abusive relationship, and like, cause I sat down with a lady like not too long ago, and she was telling me about like how she used to have to beat up her man or whatever like that. Cause she's talking about I can beat up a man. I was like, okay, that sounds cute. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a man that she was beating up. I can tell you that. Cause men ain't going for that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll try our best to try to avoid the situation in itself, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not some props that we're going to get for, oh yeah, I beat the crap out this girl.
Yes.
Like if we beat up a dude, be like, man, bro, I knocked this dude out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you get points. You get brownie points for that. Because now you're looking at who's man to man. That's normal human behavior.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a woman hitting a man, nowadays from what I see in today's society, I don't know, this is my view.
Okay.
Again, to the audience, this is my view.
Okay.
When a woman hit a man, they trying to act like y'all. They trying to be like, oh girl, I beat this man up and I got him. They trying to act like they're the woman now. You can't be in touch with your feminine side if you fighting on niggas. You just can't.
I just actually, okay, just to like touch on that a little bit.
You can't.
Why is it that when a girl goes into her masculine, putting her paws on a dude, and then the moment that the dude put paws on her, she want to go into her feminine?
Exactly.
I find that confusing.
Because they start to be the victim.
Yeah, that's one thing I said. Oh man, I learned that a lot. Like I learned that I just can't just trust a woman's word no more like I used to.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. When a lot of past experience I have relationships, a lot of dudes have told me.
Yeah.
I really can't trust a woman no more, and I don't blame you because nowadays I see where a lot of women will lie. I'm not gonna lie, I call myself lying, but it was for the greater good. For the greater good. I need some money for my daddy or something, so I was like, I got to do something, so I need $10. But other than that, some women lie just to lie, and baby, I be looking at like, why lie? And you destroying the trust, the very trust that you expect to get back.
I think for most men is that we have the mindset of that, like, you know, like the back in the day, whenever before, you know what I'm saying, GPS came, it used to be the map. And, you know, the man would be driving on the road and the woman be, you know what I'm saying, giving the directions.
You can't even trust that no more. They'll tell you to take the wrong turn and shoot you out there.
But see, the thing is, by using that analogy in itself is that it's like the women that we once trusted, they're, you know what I'm saying, them giving us direction has turned into the GPS where it's just multi-directional.
Yep.
Even though it gets to the same place, it's going to take us a lot longer to get there.
I blame it on generations. Generational curses, generational ideas, generational anything. Because throughout generations, women were taught to be a same way, a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
to basically, like I said, if you are a hardcore Christian,
Mm-hmm.
women were put on this earth to serve the man.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, you got people with their own ideas, with their own conspiracy theories, with their own stuff that they get into the minds of the ones that, like I said, are weak-minded, very much palatable.
Okay.
They get into the mind of these people, and over the years, they start changing. You can be like, oh, I would never hit a man. And next thing you know, a couple years later, you're saying, nah, I'll hit a man if they hit me.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're bestowing that
Mm-hmm.
on your kids, your grandkids, and this and that. So everybody has their own way of thinking,
Mm-hmm.
but your way of thinking is still, how do I say it? Your way of thinking is still influenced by environmental people. I don't know why people used to say sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt. Words hurt.
Oh yeah.
Words hurt a hell of a lot.
I think that we got into the mind space of that words don't mean things, even though they do.
They do. I hate when somebody tell me, oh, you just letting them talk to you. You shouldn't let that happen. What you don't know is words can hurt somebody. It's been plenty of suicides done because of words.
Okay, so who commits suicide most out of the two genders though? What you think?
I think lately it has been more women. Lately it's been more men. But at first it was more women.
No, it has always been men.
Yeah.
Men have committed suicides because the thing is that majority of women chase the top tier guys. They want a guy that makes either six figures. Like you ask a girl what her dream man is, it's a guy that makes six figures. You know what I'm saying? They
6
say
feet tall, handsome,
yeah.
basketball player, something.
look, you already know it.
They be killing me with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm the type. This is me. I'm the type that if you got what you got, you got what you got. We can build.
Yeah.
That is the point of a marriage, a relationship, is to build yourself and the other up.
But would you be okay with being with a guy that makes probably $50,000 a year for the rest of his life, instead of him being a six-figure guy? Even though you're a six-figure woman at this point, because of the way that y'all both are working together, could you be okay with your making that kind of money?
For me, I go back to looking at my grandmother and them, and that, like, I don't chase after the dreams of the new generation.
Yeah.
I look at it like if we're compatible. If we're compatible with having kids and doing all that, compatible with the sex life, compatible with getting the work done at home and outside of home, I wouldn't care what you made. As long as we can get together and be one, my 6 figure can help you in some way, and your 50K can also help me in some way. Now, if I was in the mindset of the people my age, nah. I would want somebody that's out there trapping or something to buy me what I need to buy. But like I said, I grew up around my grandma. So she taught me the value of life. It's not money. It's not none of that. Like I tell everybody, if I could talk to anybody, the first thing they'll say is, well, how would you live your life if there was no money? I'd probably be happy. I wouldn't care.
True.
But at the same time, they always say money don't buy happiness. It does. Don't let people lie to you. Money do buy happiness. If you the material type, money gonna buy you happy. I'm not material type, so money don't buy me nothing but a house that I need and a car, and I'll be fine without the money. As long as I got that, I'll be fine. I'll sit at home. I don't care.
Okay.
You can find things to do for free.
Well, we're gonna take a quick little break right now, and we definitely gonna have to probably do a part 2.